think I'm live. All righty, guys. I am live. Sorry about the delay. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull it up on my phone so I can say hello in a little bit more real time. Here we go. There it is. All righty. Let me turn it down. Sometimes it comes up, the comments come up faster on my phone. So I am broadcasting. Hey, Molly. Good to see you. Welcome back. I bet you are rested and relaxed. One of our CBF coaches, Molly, exercising her amazing freedom as an entrepreneur, a successful business owner, and she took, a couple of weeks, a workation. I want to find out more about what that looks like. Anyway, welcome back, Molly, Coach Molly, and I see Libby is in the house. Now, it doesn't show me your, let's see. Oh, I know who this is. When it says, hi, Coach, I know who that is. That's got to be Eric Ems, or as I like to call him, Eric Shine. But if you'll go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give StreamYard permission to show your Facebook profile, then when I'm streaming through through StreamYard, it will show your name. So anyway, I'm sure that's Eric. All righty. Hey, Sarah, great to see you. So let me pop this up there, and this kind of gives you the let's see here. StreamYard as example, click on the comment below. So live. Oh, well, I don't know what that's all about. All right. Anyway, great to see everybody tonight. Sorry for my rambling here. I am going to show my screen as we wait for a few more people to jump on live. And let's see here. I don't always do the best job at this when I am on StreamYard, but here it is. So I was talking to our new COO of Speed Cleaning and Buckets and Bows Maid Service today. And I said, I don't share a whole lot about speed cleaning in our group, which is kind of insane, right? I mean, why not? Let's see, sharing this tab. Let me do this. Nope. Let's see if that took it away. Hang on, guys. I'm messing up. Let me try that one more time. Screen share, Chrome tab. All right. So here's what I did wrong. I need to go back to that. So we were talking today that whenever I go live, I'm trying to kill a little bit of time so more people can join us live, because I hate to start talking about what I'm going to share and people are still getting the text and joining the live broadcast. So I thought, it's kind of crazy that I don't always think to share the amazing products that we have at Speed Cleaning. So I'm going to go over a few things with you that you may not know, some new things. So first of all, we have new lower prices. So our new COO kind of analyzed things, compared our pricing with other places you can get some of the things that we offer. And we reduced our prices on tons of items. So if you haven't taken a look in a while, go in there. Our microfiber cloths are the highest quality in the industry. They're super thick, super durable, and really large. Those little crummy, cheap ones from Amazon are very tiny, and it's like trying to clean a surface with a baby washcloth. It's the biggest waste of time. And since time is money in our industry, forget those tiny little pieces of garbage from Amazon. So we have new lower prices. So if you look right up here under category, the left-hand menu, just click on new lower prices and you'll see. So this stainless steel cleaner is the best I've ever used. I absolutely love it. It is amazing. The microfiber towels, you can buy them in bulk. Look, as low as $1.50 a piece. This is pretty cool. This Maxim disinfectant, which we are all using disinfectants these days. The concentrate yields 64 gallons. Okay, 64 gallons. So 1 gallon of concentrate, because it's such a super concentrate disinfectant, you only need 2 ounces. You'll get 64 gallons out of this product. And it makes each gallon that you mix up is like 75 cents, right? So when you mix it up, It's like 75 cents a gallon. And then when you put it in spray bottles, what are we talking? 10, 20 cents a spray bottle. So really great prices on these things. And if you ever make a big order and you're like, oh my gosh, the shipping is so high, they always custom quote the shipping and then contact you and lower it. So our internal calculations oftentimes will calculate the shipping a little bit high on big orders because everything is heavy. And the office will literally box everything up, weigh it, and find out exactly what the shipping is. And oftentimes it's considerably less. Something else we've added at Speed Cleaning is bulk pricing. I've been wanting to do this for years, but there's just only so much time and energy everybody has when they spend their days packing and pulling and answering phones and downloading orders. So our team at Speed Cleaning put together bulk pricing. So what that means is you can buy large quantities of things at ridiculous discounts. And so if you click over here on the left tab under bulk pricing, you'll find all the things that you love, and you can buy much larger quantities and save huge. So I've always wanted to be able to offer people to purchase a gross of Shemop covers, right? An entire gross. A gross is 144, right? It's like 12 dozen or something like that. So anyway, you can get your Shemops, you can get your aprons in bulk. Of course, you can get your Speed Cleaning gallon-sized products like red juice and Scum Bum and blue juice and so forth. So the bulk pricing is where you'll save the most as a professional company. And of course, make sure you have a pro account. Otherwise, if you're not logged in, you see consumer pricing, you pay top dollar. But if you sign up for a pro account right up here for the pros, and of course, you have to be a real cleaning company. You have to have a real EIN. But if you sign up for that, you'll get the best discount. So go there and it says create an account. All right. So make sure you get your wholesale pricing and you have a professional cleaner's account. You just click up here under pros. Something else, here's some spring cleaning for floors, all the different tools and equipment for floors. Here's our bestseller category. And I'm again looking at the left. The aprons, the feather dusters are the highest quality you can get. And of course, our Speed Cleaning book. I can't imagine training employees without a book, a step-by-step formula for how to clean a house, and then all the dusting products. Here's my pro training materials. So all the materials that and there's a few things in here you actually can't order. This is kind of funny that this comes up. But there are some things in here that only a CBF member can order, but most of this you can. I'm kind of surprised this one popped up. But a lot of people don't know about our new Speed Cleaning employee grab and go kits. This is a hiring kit. Everything you need when you hire a new employee. Somebody is starting Monday. It's like Friday afternoon. You want to go home. If you have hiring kits on hand, just order 5 or 6 or 10 and have them all ready to go. These create grab and go kits for new hires. Everything they need, the book, the apron, the Shemop, the dusters. And a lot of this, like I've thrown in for free. Like the book, you're not even paying for it. It's like $264 worth of tools and products that we bundle into one hiring kit for $230. And I think it goes down considerably if you buy 5 kits at a time or a dozen kits. And so take a look at the professional training materials. I'm trying to find where that is, professional training materials. So here's the Speed Cleaning employee training system. If you don't have this and you run a cleaning business, a residential cleaning business, you're insane. This will save you tens of thousands of dollars in payroll costs by learning how to set up your training program correctly. So we train the owner, we train the trainer, and then the trainer trains the cleaner. So anyway, just check out the Speed Cleaning website. You will love it. All right. Say hello, everybody. I don't see too many comments coming through on my feed. Why is that? I don't really understand that. It's a little strange. Oh, it says newest comments. It's not coming up on my phone, but I can look on my StreamYard. So thank you so much to all of you that are Speed Cleaning customers. I want to share with you today a little bit about charging what you're worth. I saw something on YouTube that really inspired me. And I just started making notes on the talk. And I thought, oh my goodness, this applies to our industry so intensely. And so the name of the talk that I saw was "No one will ever pay you what you're worth. They'll only pay you what they think you're worth." But here's the thing. You control what they think. Now, I'm not talking about you control what they think by, putting a spell on them, right? You're like, whoop, spell on you, I'm worth double. No, you control what they think by how you communicate your worth, by how you communicate your value, how you define your business, how you define yourself as a business owner. So people will only pay what they think you're worth, but you can control what they think by what you say, how you clearly define what you are and who you are, and how you serve them and the value that you bring. Clearly defining and communicating your value is essential to earning what you're worth, not wishing people would pay you what you're worth. So who wants to be paid better? Who wants to make more? Who wants to be paid well? Type into the comments, me, if you want to be paid well. Do you want to be paid well, or do you want to be paid what people think you're worth? Type into the comments, me, if you want to be paid well. Now, here's the thing. Of course, we hear about this all the time in our culture. Did you know that women in this country, and really all around the world, literally, but we're talking specifically about the US, we've all heard about the gender wage gap. It's kind of a common thing that everybody's talking about and screaming about. And I've thought a lot about this because the reality is, yes, there is a difference in what women are paid. The problem is where people lay the blame. And that's where I have a problem with this whole narrative. Yes, there is a difference. In fact, studies have shown that women in the workforce will tend to make 83 cents for every $1 men earn. But why is that? I think we disagree on why. Right. And before anybody gets mad at me and says, well, you're not pro-woman, I am a woman. Hello. Don't tell me I'm not pro-woman. And it's not any different in entrepreneurialism. In other words, women who own their own business still are only earning like 80 cents for every $1 men earn. So why is that? Now, here's where I disagree with the common thinking around the narrative. And this isn't political. This is business, people. This is business. So here's where I disagree. I teach, and I have taught for years. Ever since I've been a consultant, I've been teaching and developing this concept in my own mind and in my own business and for other business owners. I have always believed that everything in our business is our fault, that every success and every failure is our fault. I never believed it's their fault. It's them. They're stopping me. They're keeping me from anything. I mean, maybe I believed it at some point in my younger years, but I don't think I did. I've never believed that. And it's probably because my mom didn't pass that dysfunction on to me. And so probably where I differ when people have this narrative around the gender wage gap, as they like to call it, is there's some people that believe it's systemic in our system. Right? That somehow our system is anti-woman and pro-man. That's baloney. Because if that were true, well, most of our jails are filled with men. I mean, so does that mean our system is against men and we only care for women? No, I don't believe a systemic anything around this issue of women not getting more money. What I believe is individual locus of control. I believe in individual responsibility for everything in our life and everything in our business. And here's why I believe this. Number one, research shows that there is a difference with people and their behaviors and their results, depending on their locus of control, whether it's internal or external. And I'll explain that in just a minute. But I've been teaching this for years, that if it's their fault that I can't charge more, that I can't get more, that I can't succeed, that I can't hire, that I can't compete, that I can't grow. If it's their fault, who's their fault, right? The system, the government, the labor market, the pandemic, all the reasons. If it's their fault, I have no control. I have no control. I can't fix it. I have to wait till it fixes itself or somebody else comes and rescues me. Well, that's not the kind of woman I am. And I'm sorry, but that's not how strong, confident, powerful women think. Instead, strong, confident, powerful women think, wait a minute, I'm in control. I'm the boss of me. They can't stop me. It can't stop me. Strong, confident, powerful women have an internal locus of control. We believe that we can charge what we're worth. We believe that we can pass anybody up in business. I don't care what their gender is. I don't care if it's male or female. I'm not out to compete with men. I'm out to compete with myself. What I do last year, I want to do better this year. What did I do 2 years ago? I want to do better this year. What was I doing 5 years ago? I want to be better 5 years later. I'm always competing with myself. I don't care about anybody else in terms of competing with them, right? And so I have a belief system where I don't blame things on systemic anything. And it just hit me the other day because I was having a conversation with somebody who just was stuck in the mindset that women can't. Women can't. I'm like, what? I'm like, where did you get this? I've never heard this. I mean, I've heard it, but I've never heard it from people that I trust, right? It's like, women can't. You don't know the women in my world. My sister has a successful business, her and her partner. My mother had a successful business, a successful career. No one has ever limited me and stopped me. Now, there have been obstacles thrown in my way, but they were both male and female. So if you have this belief that things are outside of your control, you won't fix them. You won't ask for more. You won't ask for more money. You won't charge what you're worth. You'll wait for them to define what you're worth, and you'll accept what they're willing to pay you. And this is so true in every aspect of life. I was talking to a friend of mine who is an HR director who has spent her career hiring hundreds of people. And she said, in an interview for executive women's roles, the women don't ask for more money and they get hired at whatever was posted. I mean, that's a little bit of a generalization. Some do, right? But most of them don't. Whereas the men will come in and they will say, I understand the job is posted at this amount, but I can't come here for that. I'm going to have to, I can only come here if you can pay this amount. And oftentimes the company will negotiate and they're like, okay, if that's what it'll take you get here, right? And so we don't need to blame anybody else for why we don't get paid what we want or why we're not being paid as an entrepreneur, what we think we're worth. We need to blame ourselves. And here's why this is an important lesson for all of us. And this is not just for females. This is for men too. In fact, I will tell you about a man named Frank in just a minute. But I've been studying this whole concept of the locus of control. And Art Locke, our master CBF coach, shared this with me a few years ago. And it ties completely to the concept of the living above the line, living below the line, or the poverty mindset versus the wealth mindset. It all ties together. But there was a study done. I don't remember where. I think it might have been Harvard. But there was a study done on some children. And they gave these children, they separated these children into different groups or individuals, right? Like boys and girls and boys, it was all mixed in. And they gave them a math quiz, some math problems that were relatively difficult. And they put the kids in different rooms and they had the children work on the problems. And when each child came back and they interviewed the child, they basically told them, wow, you did amazing. You blew away the quiz. You did fantastic. You mastered every question on the quiz. You know why you did? Because you have a very high IQ. You're very smart. You were born smart. And that's why you did so well on the quiz. And then the next group, they said, oh, wow, you did a great job. You got all the questions right on the quiz. You did fantastic. You know why you got all the questions right? You worked really hard. You worked so hard. You didn't give up. And it paid off. You got all the questions right. So they told the two groups two different reasons why they succeeded. One was told you succeeded because you were born smart. The other was told you succeeded because you worked hard and you persevered and you made it happen. So then they sent the kids back and they gave them another difficult set of math problems and quiz. And what they found astonished them. When they came back, the children that had been told, you worked really hard and that's why you succeeded at passing the quiz, those children went to work on the hardest problems on the new quiz they were given. And they worked out all the hard ones first, and then they worked on the simple ones. And they did much, much better on the math quiz the second time than the other children that were told they were successful because you're smart. You were born smart. And here's what they determined. The children who thought they had no control over their achievement because they're just smart, they didn't work as hard on that next quiz, which was more difficult. They didn't work as hard because they believed there was no control. That their achievement didn't come from anything within their control. And they set out as a group, those individuals set out and worked on the easy quizzes, easy math problems. And they didn't even try to do the really hard ones. And so here's what the study found, that people who have an internal belief that they control their own outcomes, that they control their own success in life and in business or in math or in school. If you believe you have control, you're going to work harder to get what you want because you believe you have control. And when you believe you don't have control, they call this an external locus of control. When you don't believe you have control, well, I'm smart. Of course I can do it. Or, well, I'm dumb. Dumb people can't do it, right? If you don't believe you have control, you won't try as hard. And you're less likely to succeed. And you are less likely to get what you want. If you don't believe that the market will pay that much, you're not even going to ask for it. If you don't believe that customers would pay that, you won't even try. If you don't believe you're going to get the job if you charge X, you won't ask for X if you need the job, if you don't believe it, right? So if you truly believe the other person is in control of what you get to be paid, you're not going to control that. If you believe the pandemic will determine whether or not you will succeed or fail, then you won't do what it takes to succeed. If you do not believe you can become a $1 million cleaning business, you will not do the things that others are doing who believe completely that building a $1 million business is absolutely within their control. If you don't believe it, you won't take the steps and the actions to get what you want, to ask for what you want, to demand what you want. I don't mean demand it in a negative way. And so that's what I was thinking about, is so often we believe the society is against us, so I can't achieve, right? Or it's a male system, so I can't rise to the top. And if you believe that, you won't rise to the top. No one ever told me it was a man's world. So since I didn't know that, I went ahead and built a woman's empire. Nobody told me. Thank goodness they didn't, lest I would have believed them, right? I've built a woman's empire. I'm one of the highest paid women in the United States. How did that happen, right? So here's the thing. I always believed I could be. I always believed I could build one of the largest cleaning companies in the country. I didn't always know how. That's a different story, but I always believed I could, which is why I was always willing to invest in myself, because I knew I could if I just could get the right steps. If I could just work with the right expert, I knew I could. I always believed I could have the most successful residential cleaning business consulting agency in the world. I always believed I could. I didn't quite know how in the beginning, but I always believed I could. There wasn't for a moment that I ever thought, if I could just have a little nibble at that piece of pie, I'll be happy. No, I always believed that I could have the most successful residential cleaning business consultant agency in the world. And I have one because nobody told me that I couldn't. Thank goodness they didn't, lest I would have believed them. I always believed when I had the imagination or the vision for cleaning for a reason, I believed that I could build the largest cleaning for cancer nonprofit in the world. I always believed it. I didn't quite know how when I first launched that thing over 15 years ago. I didn't quite know how, but I knew I could and I knew I would. And I did. Why? Because I always believed the success was within my control. I never for once believed the system was against me, so I can't. Never. I didn't believe those lies. Those lies hold people back, and those lies are holding women back. And you know who's telling those lies? The women. We're telling them to each other. The guys aren't telling us that. Shoot, they're just trying to suck up to us to make us happy. Right? They're like, well, I don't know why they make 80 cents on our dollar. Okay. It's us telling each other you can't achieve because the system's against you. Stop it. If you understand the locus of control, you will understand the things you believe will limit you or help you reach your potential. The things you believe will limit you or help you reach your potential. Do you believe you can charge more? Then communicate it. Require it. Stop making it optional. I've had women, probably mostly women in the cleaning industry, but plenty of men. Remember, I'll tell you about Frank. But I've had a lot of women tell me, well, I tried to charge more and they wouldn't pay it. Like, what? Why do you make it optional? I tried to charge more and they wouldn't pay it. They wouldn't pay me more. That means you've given the control of your life and your business to other people. What do you mean they wouldn't pay it? No, charge what you're worth. And if they don't want to pay what you're worth, on to the next. Let some other person have the joy of working with you. Stop undervaluing your worth. If you know, now you have to be worth what you want to charge. Right? You can't just get all inspired and motivated by Debbie Sardone with a rah, rah, rah. And there's plenty of people out there trying to be coaches and consultants, and they've got tiny businesses. They're not going to have the biggest coaching practice in the world because they don't have the skill. So I'm not talking about, don't worry, you can do anything. No, we can't do anything, but we can do anything we're willing to pay the price to do, especially in this business. So, you do have to be worth what you charge. But if you know you're worth it, why are you working for half? I talked to somebody yesterday that's charging $25 an hour, and she said, yeah, I know I'm below market. I just can't get it. I'm like, what? In the market she's in, in the market she's in, I'm 99.9% sure she can charge between $45 and $50 an hour. She's charging $25 an hour, and her reason is, I know I should charge more, but I just haven't been able to get it. In other words, I let people pay me what they think I'm worth. Now, like I said, you do have to be worth it. You can't go jack your prices up and you're not worth it, right? And you do have to learn how to clearly communicate your value. What's different about your company? What's different about you? If you're no different than the half-price housekeepers, then no, you're not going to be able to charge more because you're not worth more. But if you know you're different than the private underground cleaning market, if you're not like them, then why are you charging like them? Because nobody will pay me more? Stop it. Stop letting everyone else control what you charge. Stop letting everyone else decide what you're worth. You have to decide what you want to make and do whatever it takes to get there. Do whatever it takes to make that. And stop letting other people define what you're worth. It absolutely makes me crazy. So let me tell you about Frank. So it's not just women. I think it's just people in general. So, I'm not a big fan of carving out categories, male, female, white, black, gay, straight, married, single. I'm not at all a fan of carving out categories because we are all responsible for our own success. Don't blame anyone for your failure, and don't settle for less than what you want because of some category you stuck yourself in. Get out of your category and decide, I'm worth it. I'm better than those around me. I can achieve everything I want. Now I need to go find the steps to achieve those things. And if I don't find the steps to achieve those things, it's not their fault. They didn't hold me back. I did. Because if you take full responsibility for your life, the sky's the limit on what you can achieve. It's a waste of time and breath and energy to blame everything and everyone else why you don't have what you want. And that drives me crazy because I don't like to see people give away their power, especially women. I hate to see women give away their power. They won't let me. They're stopping me. That drives me insane. Don't give away your power. But like I said, men struggle with this too. I think it's confidence. Sometimes it's a lack of knowledge. Sometimes it's a lack of skills. Okay, fix all that and then go charge what you're worth. So Frank, years ago, probably 15 years ago, I was teaching this concept of charge more. Charge more. You're undercharging. You're below market value. And he was convinced he couldn't charge more. He said, Debbie, you don't understand. In my area, I can't get that. I can't charge more. And that was 15 years ago. So I was probably trying to get him to raise his prices to like 30 an hour or 35 an hour. And I don't know, he was 20 or 25 an hour back then. And I said, this is not true. You can charge more. I know you can, trust me. And I was explaining to him that you can go in and do a first-time clean. He was losing his shirt on first-time cleans. And of course, he had staff. He was trying to franchise his business. He was losing his shirt on first-time cleans because he'd go in, he'd charge like 100 or 120 or 110 back then. Maybe it was more like 90 or 105. And of course, on first-time cleans, they'd go in and they'd spend 6, 7, 8, 10 hours because the place was filthy. He's like, Debbie, I can't charge more. I said, you can charge more. You can charge $250, $300 all day long. He's like, no, there's no way. They won't do it. And he called me up. I don't know. We were doing a little consulting back then. I did a lot of one-on-one consulting when I first started my business 15 years ago. And so I don't know, we talked maybe a month later. He probably had a monthly consulting package and he was still arguing with me. He's like, no, I can't charge that. Nobody will pay $250 for a cleaning. Nobody will pay $300 for a cleaning. Now, granted, that was 15 years ago. So it's pretty common now. And I said, okay, Frank, what do you have to lose? I said, he was turning away business. As he was shorthanded, like everybody else, he had the other pieces of his business broken. And I said, okay, you're turning away business. You have a wait list. What do you have to lose to quote that $250 or $300 so that you can charge what you're worth instead of going and spend hours cleaning for free? What do you have to lose? Just quote it. You can't take them on anyway. So who cares if they hang up on you and tell you you're crazy and you charge too much? He said, well, you have a point there. I am turning away business. We can't staff the demand. And I said, then you have nothing to lose. So here's my exercise for you. I want you to track and measure the results. Every person who calls, I want you to quote what I told you to quote, not what you're used to quoting. I want you to quote what I told you to quote using the formula and the figures that I gave you to estimate the price. And I want you to track the results. And you tell me what your conversion rate is. He called me the very next day. He said, I'm a believer. I will never undercharge again. Because he had nothing to lose, even though he didn't believe it, he went ahead and trusted my advice. And he quoted like $250. And somebody said, okay, that's fine. Can you come Friday? And then the next phone call, he quoted like $300. And they said, okay, that's fine. Can you come next Wednesday? And that kept happening time after time after time. And his conversion rate was like normal, 50, 60% of the quotes told him, yes, here's my money. Sounds good to me. The other 40 to 50% said, that's kind of high, and hung up on him, right? So here was the lesson. He couldn't get what he was worth because he did not believe that he could. He didn't ask for it. He didn't dare try to get it. He did not raise his prices until I told him, you have all the control in the world. If you want to charge $200 for a cleaning, people will pay it. The right customers will. From that day on, he stopped undervaluing his worth. And I asked him, I said, are you worth more? He said, yes. So here's the thing. If you're not worth more, then learn the skills to be worth more so you can charge more. Don't think you can raise your prices if you really don't have any differentiation between you and all the half-price cleaners out there. So, don't be ridiculous. Learn how to up-level your skills. Work with a highly competent coach to help you be worth what you want to charge. But at the end of the day, you have control over your business. You have control over your success or your failure. And that's kind of scary, because if you have full control, then you have to look in the mirror when you fail and go, me, right? And a lot of people don't want to do that. They're not comfortable with that. They're not comfortable with failure. And so they prefer just to blame everyone else. Well, I'm very comfortable with failure. It's a good thing I've failed a lot, right? It's a good thing I'm comfortable with failure. Look in the mirror and see failed attempts all the time. But here's the difference. When I fail, I ask myself, what did I just learn from this? So I don't have to repeat it, so I can be better next time. When I fail, I don't say, see, I knew it, it's their fault, and give up. When I fail, I analyze what went wrong, what could I have done different, what could I have done better. In other words, when I fail, it's all about me. When I fail, I use the word I over and over again. What could I have done better? How should I have handled that differently? How can I do better next time? What can I learn from this? And so there's nothing wrong with failing, unless you just can't take it. You don't ever want to look in the mirror and blame yourself and take full responsibility. And if you can't do that, then you will always blame all the external factors. And those are the people who have an external locus of control. They believe I was born this way, I can't achieve. They believe it's the government's fault, I can't achieve. They believe, the people with an external locus of control, they believe I could succeed if it weren't for those darn lazy employees, right? So everything is about them, and nothing is about me. I have people all the time say, oh, I don't need the stuff that's in CBF. I already know all that. Really? Why are you failing? Why do you work 80, 90 hours a week and you hardly have anything to show for it, right? Well, it just doesn't work in my area. Really? Okay. You don't have the internal locus of control. That means you're not going to change your circumstance. You're going to wait for the circumstances to change around you. And they're not going to happen, because it's not their fault. It's my fault when I succeed. And the good news is then it's my fault. It's my fault when I fail. But the good news is then it's also my fault when I succeed, because I did it, because I crushed it, because I outworked everybody else, because I outsmarted them, because I outstudied them, because I hired more consultants than them, because I invested more than everybody else in my brain, right? So it's on me if I succeed. I get that. It's on me if I fail. I would rather take that. I want to be in control. I don't want other people to control my destiny. I don't want other entities or systems to control my success. It's on me. And nobody told me I couldn't do it, so I did it. And don't let anybody tell you you can't do it, so you can do it. Be bold. Be confident. Don't settle. Don't haggle with your pricing. You know what you're worth. Don't haggle. Hey, I'm okay with giving a coupon for a first-time clean, but I'm certainly not going to talk down my value. If I'm $45 an hour, I'm $45 an hour. Take it or leave it. Don't hope they will pay you more. Require it. Don't hope or wish people would pay more. Expect it. Don't be frustrated that people aren't paying more. Be worth it, and they will. You define your future, you define your success, and nobody else does. And don't let anyone in the world tell you that you're limited by anything other than your own effort, your own limitations, and your own mindset, because you can change all of those. You can change you anytime you want. You can't change them ever. We have no control over others. So that's been on my mind. I've been thinking about the locus of control a lot lately. I talked about some of these concepts. Yesterday on our CBF graduation, we have so many successful people in the program. I say this so much. Okay, let me go and read some of the comments because I've been just ranting and preaching away. So Coach Molly says, I say this so much. Don't give away your power. Thank you so much, Coach Molly. Okay, don't give away your power. It's not worth it. And guess what? They don't want it. They're too busy trying to figure out how to get their own power. They don't want your power, so quit giving it away. Sarah says, I needed this today. Oh, Sarah, you're making me cry. I'm so glad you needed that today. You know, sometimes we all need that. We all need to hear, wait a minute, I'm the boss of me. I'm the boss of my world. I'm the boss of my destiny. No one else is. We just have to be reminded. Jackson Morales says, thank you, Debbie. My wife and I appreciate your time and insight. Well, thank you. That's so kind. All right, let's see here. Failure is only data. Oh, that's good. Failure is only data, and you can change the data by tracking it, measuring it, and improving it. Love that. Failure is only the data. All right, let's see what else I missed. Somebody said, yes. Julie Brown says, hi, Debbie. Deidre says, loved it. Oh, Chelsea says, amen. See, we went to church tonight, people. We have gone to church. Somebody else said, thank you, Debbie. Needed that. Libby says, hired an amazing rock star for the office that asked for top pay. Now, see, that tells you she's got confidence, he or she. Oh, she is so strong and confident. Can't wait for her to start. Isn't that pretty amazing? I mean, that's part of some of the tests is, do you have the courage to ask for what you're worth? So let's see if there are any other okay, let's see here. Veronica says, I needed this today. Mohammed said, I'm new to your channel. I have no idea what you charge. Good cleaning takes time and I don't want to undercharge. Absolutely. And you know what? Time is money. So somebody says, love that, Linda. Okay. Here we go. I'm the boss of cleaning business, not my clients. That's exactly right. And that really spills over to in all of your life, right? All of your life. Somebody mistreated me. Well, no, just move on. If they live below the line, don't let it wreck your day. They're not in control of my life and my emotions, hopefully. Andrew says, I'm the boss of me. That's right. And men struggle with this too. This is not just a female thing. I talk to men all the time that are grossly undercharging. It's not a female thing, although I think females are more prone to make statements like, well, I just don't like tooting my own horn. My work speaks for itself, right? I mean, we are kind of notorious for kind of feeling like, well, if they really appreciated me, they would pay me more, right? We have to stop that. We have to know our worth and demand it and require it. And I never mean demand in a negative way. If you're demanding something, you're not a leader, right? If you're demanding something, you're probably not worth what you are demanding in any area of your life. So when I say demand it, I really probably mean command it, right? If you have to demand something, you haven't earned it yet. So let me just kind of wrap it up with this. And this is a good segue into why you should come to CBF Live. Well, I can't leave my business for 2 days and a Saturday. Really? If you can't, then you definitely should be at CBF Live, right? What if CBF Live changes your life? What if you go back and earn tens of thousands, and for many, many people, hundreds of thousands more dollars as a result of getting away from your business and spending 3 full days focused on your business? Do you want to build a big residential cleaning business, or do you want to stay tiny? And there's nothing wrong with staying tiny if that's your potential. There's nothing wrong with staying tiny if that's your goal. I wanted to be tiny for many years when my kids were little. I didn't want my business to grow too big. I had other Priorities. When my kids became older, I wanted a big business. I didn't want a tiny business. So what if attending CBF Live next month changes your residential cleaning business forever? And you finally have the skills and the tools, the inspiration, the motivation, the information, the connections to go and build that great business. And instead you stayed home because you had to earn a few $100 more, right? It's like you're stepping over a dollar to pick up a penny. So CBF Live, somebody type in www.cbflive.com. And any of the coaches in here, you can share your coupon code, cbflive.com. And I think you can still save $200 off with a coupon code tonight. Don't delay. If you own a residential cleaning business, you should be in Fort Worth, unless, of course, you have health conditions, and you should not go to an event where there will be 260 plus people. So if you do have health issues, do not come. Don't travel. You don't belong on a plane or in crowded restaurants and grocery stores. You certainly don't belong at the event. But if you know you're healthy, you've had the vaccine, or you are immune, or you are a healthy person and you feel completely comfortable and safe, then register for CBF Live, LOLIVE, CBFlive.com, and come and learn strategies for growing your residential cleaning business. Yep, Molly just gave out her code. Libby just gave out Molly's code. Libby, you're so sweet. Libby, you're a giver. I love that woman. So cbflive.com. And if you use coupon code Molly, you're going to get $200 off. And so go get registered before it's too late. It's a game changer, friends, is what Molly says. And Molly knows. She started CBF just a few years ago. She was not happy with her business. She wasn't making what she should have been making. She was working too hard, too much chaos, too much drama, not enough profit, not enough time. Now she's on vacation for 2 weeks. Her business is running itself like clockwork. I'm sure it wasn't perfect, but like clockwork, clockwork's good enough. She was on vacation for 2 weeks. She was working as well. And she's building the business of her dreams. She is what we call a mop-free millionaire. She's built $1 million maid service since joining CBF. I got a text this afternoon I have to read you. It was pretty incredible. It came in from Coach Jeannie. And I'm just going to read you just a short little recap, but it was so inspiring. And she was talking about one of the students in her coaching group that joined CBF, I don't know, maybe a year ago. I think it's been about a year. And she was celebrating how the incredible progress this student has made because she has been focused and has followed the CBF formula. And she said she's gone from 30 customers when she joined about a year ago to 98 customers since starting CBF. Her sales have grown from $14,000 a month to $34,000 a month. And she said she's just implemented like a maniac. And she's projecting that she'll have 110 customers and $40,000 a month by the end of April. Now, this is a person who, with fear and trembling, chose to invest in herself. She said yes to herself, and she invested in the CBF program and has turned everything around in her business. We have story after story after story like that. Molly did it in 3 years since starting CBF. I mean, that's just blows my mind away. It took me 15 years to get to $1 million and $40,000 in hiring consultants to show me what the heck I was doing wrong. $40,000. I had spent $40,000 hiring a powerful consulting firm out of Chicago, Illinois, and it took me 15 years to get to $1 million. Molly and others, now it's obviously not everybody can do this that quick, but Molly and others have gotten to $1 million in just a few years. Why? Because the right steps will get you where you want to go. The wrong steps, I don't care how cheap the steps are, will take you nowhere. All right? You can buy the steps from anybody. You can get the steps for $100, how to become wealthy in your sleep, to $3,000 or $4,000 to $10,000 to $15,000. You can buy the wrong steps at any price and go nowhere. If you buy the right steps, if you invest in yourself and the right formula and the right steps, the sky's the limit as to what you can do with your business. Jennifer says, you'll get it. Let's see here. So, let's see, Angela. All righty. Libby says you definitely will get there. CBF is the path. So first of all, go to cbflive.com. Use Molly, coupon code Molly, MOLLY, to get $200 off. And I will see you in Fort Worth. And for those of you that joined late, I'm going to share my screen real quick before I sign off. And I'm going to just recap what I shared a little bit earlier about the speed cleaning website. This is our other business. My husband owns this business. Obviously, I'm a partner in it. But we have new lower prices on the speed cleaning website. So you go to thecleanteam.com. Thecleanteam.com is where you get all this stuff. And we've lowered the prices. We have the best microfiber towels in the world. The disinfectant is incredible. It makes 1 gallon makes 64 gallons of disinfectant. Don't you wish you had that last April? Right, Molly? All the tools and equipment for your cleaning business, and it's one click away to get it to your door, so you're not running around at 10 o'clock at night to Walmart trying to buy stuff. We also have bulk pricing, which is new, where you can buy larger quantities of things for your cleaning business at a substantial discount. And then, of course, all of the best sellers. These are the things everybody wants in their cleaning business. Our cleaning products are the best in the world, and they are eco-friendly, non-toxic cleaning products. These are the products that I used when I started my cleaning business. I ordered them from a catalog, a mail order catalog, and they would come in the mail from California, from Jeff Campbell, and then I bought his business. And then, so besides the best sellers, we have all kinds of pro training materials. These are the best in the world in terms of training you on how to train your cleaners, how to train your trainers, how to price jobs. There's English and Spanish DVDs and books and quizzes on training your staff. These are just the best in the world. Of course, I'm a little biased. My name is on these books. I got to co-author the rewrite of Speed Cleaning for the Pros with Jeff Campbell, the original author. And so anyway, just tour the website, thecleanteam.com. You'll love the stuff. Great products, high quality, amazing service. You can actually call our 800 number and reach a live person. So we're a real brick and mortar warehouse, and you can contact us right here at the very bottom of the screen, 800 number right there during business hours. If you place an order today, it goes out tomorrow. So great customer service, really great people at the office. Deborah will help you. All right, guys, so that's all I have for you tonight. Go and get what you want. Go require that people pay you what you know you're worth. Don't settle ever again for working for less than you're worth. And I will see you at CBF Live in Fort Worth. Now, it's 3 full days of residential cleaning business specific training, 3 full days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, April 15th, 16th, and 17th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, April 15th, 16th, and 17th. Fly in Wednesday night, the 14th. Hit the ground running Thursday morning with me at 8:30 a.m. We start with a lively kickoff for the event Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m. Beautiful Hilton Hotel with incredible rates, group rates for us, $139 a night. That's insane. It's like a 4 or 5 star hotel. It's absolutely gorgeous. JFK stayed at that hotel the last night he was alive. He stayed at that hotel. It's a beautiful hotel, $139 a night. Grab the rooms while they last and while they kept the rates low for our group. And come for 3 days. Get away from your business so you can think and create and recharge your batteries and get new concepts that will help you make tens of thousands more dollars over the coming months and hundreds of thousands more dollars over the coming years. All right, guys, I hope you have a great night. Sarah says, yes, called while cleaning and had her send my order. Oh, fantastic. Sarah, are you coming to CBF Live? You know, my sister and Glenn will be there. I hope you're coming, sweetie. Really would love to see you. All righty. Okay, guys, take care. I hope you have a great night. Let's see. I will get there Wednesday. Can't wait. That's right. Libby will be there early. You probably catch her at the bar having a cocktail. Go up and meet her. She's not as intimidating as you might think. All these coaches are so smart. People are afraid of them. But when you meet them, you will love them. They're so incredible. And they're so open and welcoming. All right, let's see here. Oh, good. Sarah, you'll be there. I'm so excited. Sarah is my second cousin, right? So Bill is my first cousin. And so I think you're my second cousin. Anyway, can't wait to see you, dear. All right, everybody, have a great night. We will see you soon. cbflive.com, coupon code Molly. Take care.